greetings, greetings, free people, greetings. The commercial oppression and discrimination of the divine people of planet Earth. Again, another impromptu live. Not sure if the voice, if the volume is being still have to say mic check just to make sure. But we are talking about the commercial oppression and discrimination of the divine people of this earth. And the people where divine know themselves, because them are there to a much higher standard, a much higher, you'd say, body of law. You know what I mean? A much higher principle. And these principles are principles where them adapt or set for themselves voluntarily. Voluntarily. Again, voluntarily. So when we find ourselves being attacked, being prosecuted, persecuted by agents of a corporation, of a company, of a service company, these agents that for some reason they think they're immune from prosecution. They think they're immune from being subjugated by what is known as the natural law, universal law, by nature's law. We are in a time now where we are attaining information from all areas, venues, you'd say, basically everywhere. We are getting information. We have to try qualify some of these information. We have to work hard to remove the contradictions from some of these information so we can move forward. We have make them kind of effort there. So when we speak, we try to speak with a kind of clarity where we common folk can get it. Now, for a man like I, a free man, declare myself free, standing on my own autonomous authority, which derive from the creator of nature, making my stance a divine stance, what you would consider an holy stance, a holy stance. Hence, I move as such. And we have other people who share the same views, the same ideas, the same ideology, the same concept. Probably not necessarily word for word, but it's the same ideology. Being free to express yourself freely. The moment you're not doing a wrong, you are at liberty to express yourself freely. Now we find the agents are choosing to ignore public notice by their own choice, free will choice. They are choosing to act unlawfully in their public capacity and violating the inherent divine fundamental rights and freedom of the people of this earth who choose to express themselves freely. We are being ostracized. We are being discriminated against. We are being oppressed. And that is straight across the board. And our oppression is by way of the legalization of this operating system called corporate body politic, who has converted their office of trust to the office of profit at the detriment of the divine people of this earth, of the lawful people of this earth. So this is what we are truly up against. This is what our oppression is. For me, when we speak about certain topic here on this platform called YouTube, this is why I have to be on this side of the channel now. They'll censor you, and censor you in all kind of way, restricting everything you do, even when you're not monetized. So this is why we know whatever it is we are trying to bring forward is truth. Because only the opponent of truth oppose truth. And that is a statement that goes straight across the board. No restrictions, no wire fence. The moment a man step forward declaring himself free, then the man that is trying to rebut that statement is a slave master, is a slave catcher, and is what is known as perpetrating unlawful conduct out there. That's any entity is an entity moving with dishonor. This is why I have reached a conclusion to say we are not necessarily have issue with other man and woman per se, or issue with these non-human entities. Again, I'll repeat it. Non-human, meaning non-man and woman entities. They are not natural. They are artificial construct. They are hybrids. But when we speak like this, people will quickly say, give him a psychological evaluation, he must be crazy. And that is how truth is in a world like this that is void of such truth. Only because we cannot find unity on any level, we find that we as a people, American people specifically, the original folk that's always been here, because of what has happened in history, we find ourselves so divided to the point where we will not unite ourselves for one common good, one common goal, which is to free ourselves from these foreign constructs. We will never unite like that, and I can prove it because I am here living it. Our oppression is such that we are so comfortable in our oppression that when we look out there and see anyone that look like us functioning differently, then it arises suspicion even with our very own people. And our very own people chastise us and said, hey, you should get in line. Why are you doing that? We are all slaves here. We are not supposed to do that. And these messages are coming from our people, our very own people. Our very own people will get on the phone and dial 119 or 911 and call the police secretly, making all kind of complaints, all kind of accusation. And these are our own very people. They'll be sitting with us, smiling with us, eating and drinking with us, and they are betraying us. This is why people find excuse not to unite. If I have a problem with you and I curse your ass out, or you curse my ass out, that's it. We'll move past that and we'll find some common ground and we'll build and move forward. But we have our people, they are conditioned in such a way that they always look for an excuse not to unite with each other. They always find some excuse. Oh, they are this, they are that. This is why we are not really into those people. And all of this thing was taught to us by the very same commercial system that we find ourselves captured in. When I am going to court, I am only going back and forth to court because I have to stand on that right to be free. I'm in court for the right to be free, not no right to travel or no right of movement. Those are all encompassed in my divine right to be free. So that's the real advocacy, freedom, freedominion, freedominion. That is the advocacy. It's not about a personal gratification saying, hey, I can do all of these things and you can't. No. It's about knowing that I'm a man, choosing to be a free man, and exercising that duty to be free. And whenever the agents of these corporate or service companies engage us without contract in place, without authority, without authorization, then we have to just ask ourselves this question: what is going on? You know what I mean? What is the connection here? Why would this police officer, policy enforcer can presume to have any authority to even engage me? Is it because of that birth registration form, birth certificate entity, that legal entity that they are interfacing with? Because that's the only thing a corporate construct, any artificial construct, can only interface with another artificial construct. So by you interfacing with my legal entity, my juristic person, then I as the man will naturally have to redeem that entity, making it all commercial business. This is why we are say, boy, a commercial lien is appropriate. So we have to have our, you just say, non-UCC and UCC documentation via public record first, where if that's the document, they'll actually recognize the separation of entity. Then we don't have a problem presenting documents in those forms. But we shall put an end to the oppression and the discrimination of us, we as a divine people. Because who is you to say we are not divine, if that's our choice and that's our claim? All we have to do is just, as we move forward, we just live accordingly. That's it. Now, as we move forward, it only makes sense for us to ascertain these kind of agents' name so we can bring whatever claim professionally to these people who are operating with unclean hands, knowing they're perpetrating fraud. They know they're doing it. They know what they're doing. It's all business for them. This is why I have no interest in playing this back and forth game with courts. The court is a bank. You understand? And there is no asset no bank can hold. So you have to be messing with my jurisdiction entity on the private side and trying to hold me liable on the public side, when my juristic entity is insured and everything is prepaid. So by you perpetrating this fraud, asking for double dipping payment, then your whole activity shall be exposed as that fraud. It's as simple as that. We don't need to run away from this. Hey, are you Linton O'Neill Dallas? No, I'm not. Hey, I'm not into all of that game. We have enough of that mess. It's garbage. You're pirates. And you're trying to extort us. It's as simple as that. And we are here to say enough. That's it. Enough. Voice like these will always be suppressed. And the truth we speak, it go for even ourselves. We're not exempt from the truth we speak. We're not immune from it. But them kind of truth here offend a lot of people. So a lot of people turn away and hide. It's like my platform. They just open it and I hear I get some more strikes. So they say I cannot upload and I cannot do whatever for a week. And if I get some more strikes, I'm like, it's all a mess. And the strike when I get is a Andrew Holiness documentation strike. That information where Andrew Holiness and the COVID vaccine. So this is why I'm confident that this kind of platform, we only can give a little bit of public notice here and there, but it's not the arena for really find your way if you're actually looking for a way. This is not the venue for that. You know what I mean? You have to actually be on a very high level to catch any kind of proper, correct information here. And you're still going to have to, qualify those information and still going to have to apply yourself to try to use this information in a way that it will benefit you. So this venue and this arena is just that. It's a commercial marketplace. That's what YouTube is. However, you'll find truth here, even when it's like finding a needle in a haystack. But you'll find some information here. It's just that you won't find it easily. Most of the information that we already have, I don't think it's even valid right now. Most of all of the information we have and say we are doing all of these things, all I'm looking at is fancy ways of participating in this commercial venue. That's all it is. Fancy ways of participating in this commercial arena. Yeah, man. Salute my brethren, Joel Jaguar C. Yeah, man, step by step, my king. Where I can see out on the Nantucket Island there, where some of them agents there actually moving with unclean hands. You have some of those guys that had some notice from early out. I think what them start do is rearranging these agents. Once you start call them name and, line them up, forget them, a nice little present, they rearrange these people. This is why I like to address the offices and anybody who was sit down inside that office, anybody who occupy that office space and their successors. You're all commercial in your capacity. And you're all for-profit companies. You're for-profit entities. And you have your policy enforcers, your agents that is there to enforce whatever policy is there for your corporate members. And the moment a man like I or any other free man demonstrates that they are not a member of your society, you have no jurisdiction in no capacity. This is why I like to talk about point of origin. You have a lot of people come to this land called America, this continent called America, and they come from all other places. But when they come here, they make a full stop right here. And everybody claim to be American. And all of these so-called claimants, they reject the people that they came here and see, who are the true Americans. They usurp these people's place and create their United States of America, that construct, that corporation, and gloss it over the America. Now you have all kind of people rise up saying they are patriotic and they are Americans and all of these things. And I would say this to them: what is your point of origin? From where do you derive? Where your mom and dad come from? And that's when you start look to see who is who and what is what, and say, what's people's intention? What's their volition? Why are they doing whatever it is they are doing, whether it seems good or bad? These are legitimate questions. Our people cannot find divide because everybody have them own selfish, them own personal agenda where they want to fill. And most of us out here, our egos is such where we are feeling all over the place and I make a mess. You know what I mean? And now talk about freedom, free dominion or free domain. It's all about this is the way to, operate in this commercial venue. There's no one teaching us how to really navigate. So we'll stay away from this Roman system, this ancient Roman system. You get me? This ancient Constantinople system. It's a system. It's always been that way. It will always be that way. It's a whole ancient machinery. And it employs all different sort and kind of agents. And some of these agents they're not just filthy. They are just downright on the other side of what is good. You understand? In other words, they are just not good people. And by their actions, this is how you can prove it. They are just people that have no good in them. They are what you call psychopath. And it don't necessarily mean we only have pale psychopath. We have psychopath with, carbon tone, just like us. With colored skins just like us. And they're psychopaths because they look at other people as property. We're gonna always go through a situation like this because our people are conditioned that way. And because of our selfish nature, this is why the oppressors, the discriminators, they can divide us easily and say, hey, they can claim victory. Because of you people out there and your selfish behavior and your selfish goals and your selfish aspiration. It's all about y'all, not for the people. All you want the people for do is to be commodities and customers. And that is the issue. That is the issue. But the bowl may fall but never yield. I walk in the nation, bold and brave, firm and strong. We have a divine right to be free. And we choose to exercise that divine right to be free. Yeah, man. So when me look at the constitutional laws across the earth, I know these constitutional laws are in place to secure, to guarantee, and to protect your divine fundamental rights and freedom as man and woman and child. So under no circumstance, a politician in whatever capacity can come to me and tell me, say, boy, him a go give me a medical evaluation and make a legal determination, say I must take some vaccination in order to satisfy his whatever it is, whatever fetish them these guys have. You have a right to choose to be free, man. And when you choose to be free, you stand up on that, man. I see people around me and brothers talk hard. Hey, they want to challenge. And them working in some little places. And when the places say you better get vaccinated, all you guys have to do is stand your ground. Then you call a man like me and share some information and say, here is a document, place that and stand on this. And when them come, you have to require them to respond to this document. Aren't you an employee some form of way? Didn't you sign some kind of contract to go in a business with these people? It's called a contract. When you sign, yeah, you become an independent contractor. You keep on letting these people telling you you're slaves. You listen to one side of the narrative. And then you get a man like me involved and have me sit up and find paperwork and say, here, put that here, put that there. This already been done. They won't publicize these things. And because you guys are scared, you're going to run and take injection. You know what I mean? I can't tell you not to. That's your own free will choice. So whatever choice you make, it's only you will have to bear those consequences. You know what I mean? But it's unfair. I want to come, I want to make a lot of speech and have people doing a bunch of work for you guys. And then when you turn around, only to be a little softy. And you make excuses. Oh, my family. Oh, my. Listen. Pharaoh will never have a problem and will never going to have a problem requesting your children. Check history. And if you cannot protect yourself, how the mess you think you're going to protect your children? You can't protect your children. It's an illusion. You're silly. If you cannot make a stand on your own and say, listen, I'm not sure and I'm willing to wait. And I'm not going to rush into this thing. I'm willing to wait. But you say it's going to cost me my job. I'm going to lose my penthouse. I'm going to lose my fancy car. Oh, am I going to have to sleep in Central Park? I've seen all of that done. And I guarantee they wouldn't even make you have to go that far. I literally heard of a case where a lady stand her ground, and on the last day when they said, when you come in, we're going to fire you, that lady went into that job. I even played the tapes for these people. And this lady said when that day she prepared to get fired, but she wasn't going to quit. And that human resource agent said to her, you're the only one who make your stance. You did a good thing. You know what I mean? You have your job. But most of us, we're not willing to make no sacrifice. We're some softy. You understand? Most of us are not willing to make no kind of sacrifice. And what you guys do, you come amongst good people and you pretend to have interest when you never ever share interest. All you want to do is take. You want to just get information, and when you get the information, you still roll over like a little gentle lady. You just roll over. You have no guts. Most of our people, we only have guts to go at each other. We only have guts to use and misuse each other. That's when we have guts. But when the adversary said to you, hey, you'll need to pay me XYZ to get this done, you'll pay that mess upfront quickly without a question. This is the problem of our people. And this is why most of it going to suffer, and we're going to suffer some more. Yes, and most of it we're going to die. Yes, and that's because of our free will choice. It's no wire fence. Right now, some bitters me a drink. We are brethren, we bring a portion of herbs, portion of medicine come. And some bitters me a beat right now. Not no hot chocolate with cream and sugar. Some bitters. People, I know we're in trouble, you know. And we're in trouble because we not really do the things that we need to do up front. We always await. When I am here saying, hey, I'm free, see, this is a brand new platform here. Probably have 1 or 2 or 3 subscribers. We don't have a problem to start fresh like this. We're not here for the lie. But them can type and look and say, where I've made these declarations here in the public, saying I'm free. And the rights and the power that I have is autonomous. It derives from me. It's divine rights. Move with my own authority. Yeah, man, and all your constitutional laws are there to secure all of my activity. It's not the other way around. So this is a kind of clarity where we as free people are dealing with. We in our sovereign capacity. As man, we are sovereign in our capacity. We have to get back to these kind of narrative. As free man. And no corporate body politic, no corporate man, not supposed to even talk to me, period. The moment you open your mouth, you make a presentment for contract. And if we choose for contract, no problem. Under full immunity, without recourse, sure, let's contract. If I don't feel like contract, I do not accept your contract. I do not wish to accept your offer to contract. It's simple. You understand? Yeah, man. And this is for the people them where move lawfully. We not talk about them like a badass people that will like to get problem. We now talk about the people them where choose to be problematic. This is for the lawful people who conduct themselves lawfully. Not the little, you know what I mean, joyride, crazy people them We just want to give a lot of problem out there, and then them cry, oh, I'm Indian here and I'm Indian there, I'm sovereign here and I'm sovereign there, and you're giving a whole bunch of problem. We not talk for those people. We don't have no interest in those silly kind of people. We don't have interest in the people and with us, you know, belligerent. As we move forward, we have to really set certain kind of barriers and standards for the people and who we are choose to associate with. Because a good brethren, he aside said to me in the group chat, the man I said, boy, King, you have a lot of patience. Because if you are said this is where you are deal with and you are try to get like-minded people for move in that direction. But you have all people who literally is opposite and opposed to what we are trying to accomplish here. And this is why I say we're going to always have issues. Because when you as good at try to good, you will always people when are really necessarily good that try to mingle with you. You understand? So we're going to always have this kind of issue. Because the good will always choose to remain good. While the people them were not good are just that way. When they say we're going to talk about law, we talk about the universal law. We talk about divine law, the law of nature, which is unwritten, yet it's expressive. Do no harm. Allow no harm to be done unto you. And then we can find all kind of expressive ways to write these things. Now, when you talk about the man-made laws, it's more, we are specifically talk about these corporate charters, guised as law. The corporate charters, known as constitution, they are corporate charters. You get me? They are only for corporation. And the corporate body politic, known as government, which the people create, is just that. It's functioning in a corporate capacity. It has no access to natural law. It has no access to the natural people. It can only interface and engage with other artificial construct as itself. Hence, the juristic person was created by way of the 1933-1934 Banking Relief Act, when by June 5th, 33, they removed the substantive gold and silver coins as currency and replace it with what is known as negotiable instrument, meaning you write something on paper. You don't need precious metal, gold and silver anymore. So you just write some information on paper. And that usually suffice, especially in an affidavit form. Because affidavits stand as truth when unrebutted in their commercial arena. And this is why I have to share the UCC financing statement with some of my people on a level where we can express it and explain it and comprehend it. Where we have the none for personal record and the one who will file out there for really express ourselves. And because that is where we're going to find the corporate body politic, the public servants, them assets, then we have to engage these things on this level. And again, for us, we don't have no interest for bringing no hurt, no harm, we don't have no interest for doing no wrong. All we have said, we have a right, divine right, to be free. Free from all constraint, all corporate constraint, all corporate body politic restriction. It doesn't apply to the divine man. It doesn't apply to the free man. It doesn't apply to the society that express itself as being free, that declare itself as being free. Now, when these corporations, these corporate constructs, these corporate body politics choose to declare war against the free people, then there is no other option but to stand our ground. There is absolutely no other option but to stand our ground. And we find amongst our own people, whether here on the island or on the mainland, them not have no interest in this kind of narrative. Freedom, freedominion, freedominion. They have absolutely no interest. Their interest is all about commerce. Not all, most. And those most demonstrate that. And we don't have no problem with it. We just say we don't have no interest. We rather go work with some Afghanistan people. If we can't work with our own people to achieve any kind of unification, to achieve any kind of success, because we are free. We don't need no validation to be free. And if you take we off of the road because we are demonstrate ourselves to be free, and lock we up because you have a standing army, you have your military, so you can lock we up because we are choose to demonstrate ourselves as being free, then we still remain free. We still are going to remain free. You understand? It's only the law and nature dictate these things, not human, as I. The moment I've committed no crime, I've done no wrong. We don't stop use the word crime. Because crime is a commercial term. You have done wrong. Now that is a natural term. Yeah, man, you have done wrong. You are doing wrong. Our big platforms don't like take on this subject. They like talk about things where them can make money from. Our big platform don't really teach us about the birth certificate. That specific instrument is the only thing any and all corporate construct, corporate body politic can interface with. That instrument. They don't tell you these things. They don't share with the public how to access these kind of things. They don't do it in such a way where you can just say, hey, I'm free and whatever you need, here it is. No. It's a lot of song and dance. And you have to go through some special class, being a whole heap of special Federal Reserve slave currency. You have to have a lot of those. None of these platforms are come, clean. Not one. When I hear people say, oh, I've accessed this and I'm creating all of this. No, that's how I forgot. You have to say, hey, I access this and look, go and go access yours, because every single man have them own inheritance. Once you have a birth registration form or a birth certificate, you wouldn't have to worry about what is there for you. It is there. But most of our people, we think we're special when we're going to some private group. Because me as a man visit some of them private trust group here and trust group there. And when me look, me see a lot of people I'm familiar with them fancy, tricky name. Because one thing me know out there, you can easily tell the man the ones them out there were not sincere, you know. People, them have a whole bunch of different names. You understand? When me as a man have 1, 2, 3 names, yeah, so this is my YouTube thing. Brethren, these people have up to 16, 20, 30 different kind of names. Hey, you will have one man in a year chat, and that one man have at least 17 representation in a year one chat, and you think of 17 different people, but it's only one. This is how some of our people work out here, people. I don't know what kind of energy permeate these people when them say them look like us. And them are promote things what's supposed to be the benefit for us. But when they say unite, they find some excuse. Them say, no, you're a bad man. Oh, no, you're a good man. Oh, no, you're too soft. And you understand? Them don't want to unite. They can't unite. Because it's in the nature for unite. So I say, forget all of y'all out there. I can't bother. I cannot be bothered. This battle here is raging and been raging. And most of you secure guys out there on YouTube is not in this battle. Your battle is behind the computer. You have nothing on the line. You're making no kind of sacrifice. When I go to court, everything is on the line because I know my corporate public servant, this government of Jamaica, would love to put me somewhere where they can say, say we're not having here no more. And that is an impossibility. That will never happen. You try, but you miss the opportunity. Because when you think you could have carried me a GP and lock me and keep me there, all you would have to do is get a second and a third opinion and prove, say, boy, it's been a scam you guys are working. It's a way to, say, remove people where you cannot control. People when you choose to conform to your your ancient Roman oppressive policy and policies. We don't necessarily have nothing to do with policies. If you talk about law, I can tell you about the divine law of nature, where do no harm. When a public agent like Martindale I go stop me with him friend them and arbitrarily take my property, then tell me now, what give him that authority? Why am I saying I work for the government of Jamaica? What give the government of Jamaica that authority? And who is the government of Jamaica? You understand? And where on my property it demonstrates I'm affiliated with your corporate body politic? This is a problem we have. I've seen where the security minister, Dr. Horace Chang, bragging about his new police officer, these new guys, will get how much education and advanced learning. Listen, Dr. Chang, listen, we salute these things. This is what we are talking about. We don't have a problem with people applying themselves and express themselves on this intellectual or intelligent level or bright level. We love these things. However, your policy is one thing and law is something separate and distinct from your policy. So either you get your thing in line with law, or you leave the people them who are moved lawfully to conduct themselves and be self-governed accordingly. You get me? And you apply whatever policy to the people them where delegate and choose to have you doing that. This is all I'm saying. We have a right to be free, and we are free. You understand? And a little man we work for the government. This is why you see going on into the future it's going to become problematic, people. Because you guys think it's okay to break the very laws of nature and the very laws that you are there to uphold. But you, because of profit, you don't mind enforce policy, breaking laws, assaulting people, discriminating against people, oppressing people, and stealing people's property. You don't have the problem doing that. This is what me I said doing now. How you going to feel when the shoe is returned to you on the other foot? How you going to feel when you come with, like how you're coming, forceful and aggressive? When you say that very same force and aggressiveness return to you tenfold, how are you going to feel? How are you going to feel when you discover that you are the minority in our land? And we as the majority discover that we are the majority, and now we are going to return the favor unto you. How would you feel? This is why I like to talk about point of origin so we don't get confused. Because too much of you foreigners come here and act as philanthropists, setting up all kind of so-called goodness, but all of your goodness bring hurt, separation, and degradation to the original people that you come see here. This is the problem what we have. So a voice like mine, oh God, them love to censor. God, this truth is just that. Anyway, again, because of all of the restriction where YouTube place on my platform, Awak Indian Nation platform, we're over here on the Awak Network platform. a work network. So it's one and the same people. And we're going to take our time and just continue to share our basic views, our basic information, step by step, step by step. People, if only you knew. Anyway, salute again. Gratitude. Joel Jagwasi, bold and brave, my king, firm and strong. Bolingo, yeah, always there, lady. Boy, lady, you're true to this thing. I like the effort and the energy. Yeah, man. Hassan Blake, them man, there's some man where I tried, you know, and I said, yeah, man. We have a lot of ones around where it's really me and the man where really I feel look on ones and ones. Because we have some people who start with us and then them get, you know, get soft. That's all I can say. The first time I judge, shout at them like a snail, them go up into them shell and they stay there. We come across too much of those kind of people and I don't necessarily have no interest to move with these people. I don't have a problem I move on that journey alone. A long time I tried it alone, and even right now when I balance up myself. Because you know, hear me tell you, I have a brethren who bring some herbs to me. And right now, at the bitters I start with, and I go beat up some bitters for a few days, and then I know I have a tea where maca make it. The maca tea. You get me? Where my brethren say, watch, you're not even local thing them. Them thing are way up in mountain with my soursop leaf. Well preserved. A beer tea where I start sip. We're going like with around Britain when it's cold. Like I say, with us, I have a little thermos and a beer tea where I sip and a whole of energy. And we are choose to do these things. And every boy can choose anything. And every man can step up to these things. You get me? We are naturally alkaline our body, naturally. We are do this thing naturally. We just make some choice to say, watch out. This and that, we just going to remove it from we. Watch me. Straight badness. At them way that we are dealing with this thing. We just remove certain things from we. Hey, I man love my chicken. What? Worse when a mama there prepare it. Love them thing that watch out. Fire burn. Done. We remove those things. Straight badness. This is how we deal with badness. At them thing we bad up. We bad up ourselves and know say watch ya. We are purged now. And that are our free will choice. That are our free will choice. Yeah, man. And when we make we talk, you know, this is how we have to step out there, you know. Yeah, man, and then we just start chop off, you know. What them say? You right on a fence, you hold that grass cloth and chop that off. Clean. Whoop. What you say? The idea of you, take the ice pick here with a knife and a spoon and dig out that and dash that way. And push forward. Figuratively speaking. Now you know what I mean. So nobody run go chop up on yourself like on a silly. Figuratively speaking. Not literally. In other words, once this thing is not, you know, conducive to what we are dealing with, it's okay for us to separate from it. So you see, even when we say unity, and when we say freedom, and when we say peace to all, and people now have no interest, and people want to talk sideways and do their own thing, listen, we just ignore and move forward and say forget to know. We don't have no problem. You understand? The beauty about us is that we are exist long time. And we are going to exist for a very long time. You get me? We were here from the start. And because we know there is no end, we will be here on into perpetuity. Whether you like it or not. Whether you like it or not. We are there to a much higher laws than all laws that man can bring in front of us. We are there to the universal law, the universal order, the universal principles of nature. Which is the golden rules we're supposed to live by. Do no harm. Do no wrong. Why we can say that proudly And you all who are doing wrong cannot say that. Why we can say we come with clean hands and present them. And you all out there running away from this thing. Aye, gratitude. We salute the divine essence that permeate y'all, because it is within all life form. And then we have a lot of non-life form who exist, some soulless beings that were created in a laboratory. But our people won't believe these things. We won't believe these things. This is why, we fall for any and everything. Anyway, our style, philosophical reasoning. Lightning, earthquake, and thunder. And we stand up right here on the rock and I govern the water. This is our energy. We talk it that way. Yeah, man, because we are who we say we are. We are the alchemists, and we are the alchemy. Yeah, man, we are the in and we are the out. We are the up and we are the down. We are all of these things. We are it. We are divine beings created naturally by nature. So under no circumstance we are going to allow ourselves to be governed by artificial factors. Yeah, man, we're going to come at them like a burning spear, man. Call up some of them name and push some commercial lane privately upon them and make them scream. Yeah, man, make them pop them ear out and scream. Why? Because we already come, we already say peace, we already give out a warning, we already say we are the divine people, whether I want to like it or not. We don't care what no one call it. We are divine, and we are dear to the universal principles of law, the laws of nature, higher law, unwritten. Do no harm. Simple. Constitutions are in place to secure this unwritten divine laws of nature. It's that simple for us. Anyway, gratitude. 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 Yes, I, Bolinga. Love them talk them on the whole divine essences of life. Whatever constitute these beautiful things, that's what we are dealing with for real. Yeah, man. Yes, I'm a good brethren there. Salute divine free beings. And them way they were fear chant it now, my Lord. Higher level, and we are the divine, whether them like it or not. Our walk people are divine people. We are people that sprung from nature, autochthon in our behavior. Yeah, man. Salute divine free beings. And when we say beings, watch me. You have to put a hyphen between the B and the I. So you're going to spell it B-E hyphen I-N-G, meaning I am. I am he. I'm being. You get the levels, people. This is our level, man. This is our level. You get me? Right now, so my brethren Joel Jaguar see that. That man that live in a place called Nantucket over Massachusetts. And every now and again, Babylon, when me and know Joel is, the man a travel and Babylon decide say them want to take away him vehicle and them thing there. You get me? And them have to go through the changes and we have push something. However, as we go forward, it's a bunch of court cases. So for some reason, I know my brethren miss one of them court appointment there. So right there, you're in a commercial dishonor just by missing a court case. Because it's all like a trap, It's all a trap. It's a game for them. So you miss a court date and them take out a warrant and then them come and mess with you. It's no different with I. I miss a court date and these people on the island, so them take out a warrant, but for whatever reason, them not really come mess around. You understand? Because some of them smart enough you can look at the public record, and see me have a little piece of thing in place. So when you say them mess around and me don't try push no commercial lean, me don't try force no issue and bring no hurt and harm, that is intentional, people. We not have to forgive, but how much will we forgive and how long can we forgive? But we have to at least express ourselves as a forgiving people, as a loving people, and we have to protect ourselves. We don't necessarily need to keep defending ourselves. We have to protect ourselves as divine people, as divine beings with divine fundamental rights and freedom, which is inherent, which all corporate charters, so-called constitutions, are in place to secure us as a divine being, to secure all our fundamental rights and freedom as divine beings. That's who we are. We are divine beings. We adhere to a much higher law. You get me? The universal laws of nature. Here me I express it, people. And this is we, I walk Indian nation. I not talk for nobody else no more. I can't talk for no Arawak no more. Because no Arawak not talk for us. Nobody now say, boy, yes, this is who them is. Everybody has said, boy, I make us stay out of the way. Because them wild Indian, they are going with beer trouble and beer things. Watch here, we are the truth. And we alone are stand up, bold and brave, firm and strong. In this Armageddon, we alone are do it. Everybody else are conform. All of y'all Indians out there, I'm seeing y'all conforming. All y'all teachers out there are conforming in this commerce. I don't see nobody I do not like what we are do. We say we're free and we are the divine people of this earth. How you like that? And all my people upon this rock here have to start look at themselves as such and start conduct themselves as such. Watch ya. Put down the rifle there because you're divine here. And come check me and make we talk about some other things. You get me? Put down them big gun there. Let go them gang thing there. And make we come together and structure with community. And structure with society. And make them call our community and our society in its totality, make them call it a gang. Why no one does try these things? You get me? Well, we now wait for no more. We are pushed forward as divine beings. Yeah, man, extension of that creative source. Yeah, man, so we give thanks and praise to the mystic. Because we can't explain it, so it's mystic to us, to the mystic laws of this universe. You hear how clear me I bring it? No fanciness, no religion, this, that. Give thanks and praise to the mystic law, whether plural or singular, law or laws. This is our creation of the universe and its protective functions and forces, whatever it is in nature that guide our thoughts. It's ours, so we can ask for protection over our thoughts, that guide our thoughts in all ways that are lawful, not legal, lawful, correct, meaning judgment and amendment, so we correct ourselves when we need to. So we give thanks and praise to the mystic laws of the universe and its protective functions and forces in nature that guide our thoughts and our path in all ways that are lawful, correct, and positive. Give thanks and praise. This is what we are dealing with. We're not spiritualists. When I say I ancestral spirit that animate me, this is what you're hearing. This is the ancestral spirit you're hearing. This is what animate me. I ancestral energy. I power derived from I. I now forgot to your church. Forget these divine powers. It's naturally in all man who choose to live divinely and adhere to the universal law, to the laws of nature, to the unwritten law of do no harm, do no wrong. It's simple as that. So this is where our stand is. We are divine in nature. We are divine beings. Yeah, man. And we adhere to the creator of nature. Yeah, man. Our great spirit. You know what I mean? Only because it's mystic. So we are not spiritualists. We know about necromancy. We know about the graveyard business. And I say we don't have those knowledge. We know about it. Or the free will choice where we have to choose to stay focused, undistracted. We know about these things. You get me? So we not spiritualists. We already is that spirit naturally. Because the ancestral spirit where animate me, I derive from my ancestors, from my mom sides and from my dad sides. That's the ancestral spirit where animate me. So I can't talk for some other kind of people when I have this kind of ancestry. Because some people make up in a laboratory. A lot of people make up in a laboratory and them come in front of you and teach you. You don't even know. So them is non-human entities. You all don't know these things. When we say divine law, how much people, so them restrict it to monarchical king and queens. This is why I say me a Nestorian king. Because my authority not come from Andrew Holiness or the government of Jamaica, not even the House of Parliament. My authority not come from no Templar Church Crown. My authority come from the creator of nature. It come from I, as the extension of that creation. I stand on my own authority. And I stand that way as a free divine being. Yeah, man. And them narrative, them kind of narrative. We stop mess around with y'all artificial plasma folks. Can only exist in our imagination. And only exists on YouTube. And only exists on the picture screen. And only exists in the Hollywood movie theatrical scene. You guys are non-existence. Complete artificial. And this is how we have to deal with them. No more fanciness. Who am I? I am that living soul manifest as man. This divine being. Right where I stand. Divine in my capacity. Adhering to divine laws of nature. Who are you? Corporate construct? Well, we can't even interact or engage. Because for you to be a corporate construct, you have to come out of the corporate construct there. And come in the capacity as man and talk to me as man. So if you have a claim, bring a claim as a man. So you can demonstrate where I have caused any kind of wrong to you. For you to bring a claim. And so when you cannot prove that claim, you say, like all when chief judge gave me 45 days in a prison. Right now, when he knows a boy, me not crazy. So you see the claim where you make, it's proven false, Chief Judge Chester Crooks. Now, it's 12 times what you require from me, you will have to pay back. You get me? So the mathematician and the accountants now can calculate 45 days times 12, and that is the amount of days or compensation what Chief Judge Chester Crooks by nature will have to pay. By nature, by the laws of nature. 12 times. So when you look at corporate agents, policy enforcers, a jump around and say you're doing a job, we have make all kind of effort for not have to hold you guys, liable, because your corporation will cannibalize you. They will throw you under the bus because you are the individual man or woman perpetrating crime upon divine people. You are the individual man or woman because you have sold your soul. You cannot be divine anymore. You have chosen that other part, the vaccinated part, that part of man and man-made construction. That is your choice. We over here, we are divine beings. We are free people here. And we exercise our free will to choose naturally. Yeah, man. So me have to reiterate it this way. And I push that energy this way so people get it in them head. So when I advocate for the right to travel, that's some sissy shit. That's some garbage. What kind of right to travel? We are talking about our divine right to be free, to express ourselves freely outside of any corporate body politic interference. This is what we are advocate about. That's what our advocacy is about. Freedom, free dominion, free domain. Not no right to drive, not no sissy gay rights, not no I am a female and I'm a male and all that. None of those garbage. We are talking about the people and we choose to live on a much higher standard with a much higher principles of being free. Not to be caught up in this usury. So your constitution is no laws. Your constitutions are policy put in place to secure the divine man and woman here walking this earth. And when you talk about your rules and your regulation, those things are restricted only for your people when they know about being divine. Only for the people then we are choose to live unlawfully. That's when it applies. Doesn't apply to a man where I live in this capacity as divine. People now hear me? Now hear me? The concept this, yeah. The new concept this. Now more would we tell, make no man tell we said we are slave or we have this notion in our head but we are slave. We've always been free. And we are divine beings. And we adhere to a much higher law. And we're going to learn how to push forward this way. Gratitude, people. Step by step. Step by step. So, for the public servant, them, where, they're all over the earth. These policy enforcers, especially some of them redneck guys here. You have some of them guys that them big and thick and, them take a lot of steroids and push a whole heap of irons and them just mad with them woman, them mad with them daughters, them mad with everything. And when them see you as a free man, all in them mind is for hold you and hang you. Don't be fooled around here. If them can shoot you and kill you, they will. This is why I tell my brethren them, say, watch, you want to stop playing games. It's not a game. These guys will murder you out there. You get me? It's not a game. These guys will kill you out there. A lot of these guys have all different kind of association and all different kind of type of groups. And them now have your best interest at heart as a man, as a free man. Much less a dark complexion man, much less a Indian, the first people, the true people of this land. They'll kill you out there. They will. That's their agenda. Right now, they might use vaccine for that. Anyway, me no wrong forget strike and all them things there. So this channel you kind of new, me have to go prepare a next channel just in case. But them kind of truth around here. And our people can't understand it. Our people resent me because me come like this. Me not come compromising or I beg no friend or I come like me as a girl. Me I come truthful and raw. Tell it to your face, you don't have to like me. You really don't have to like me. But challenge the information. Are you free? I declare myself free. But I bet you most of you are going to say, you free where? What kind of free? That's the argument. You're not going to agree with me and say, yes, we are all free. You're not going to find every excuse to say, I am not free. And this is when you're going to give the adversary the power. Silly folk. You don't want to unite with me? Well, go and go unite with the adversary. You get me? Because all I know have the same thing in common. You get me? On a commercial activity. That's what we have in common. You understand? And all I know is a part of what? Some form of corporation, including the United States of America, or even who them have around Great Britain. Or the corporate section on the inner. The divine people, not under no kind of corporate constraint. We're free beings, sovereign state capacity. That is us, sovereign united state of being. That is our capacity. Sovereign meaning self-governed. United meaning we exist harmoniously with all others. And the state is just you establishing a state. That's a state of condition. And we are being, meaning we are existing. What I want? What more I want? You get me? It's like if some foreign man now write some things in a book and put it down for for look upon it and say, yep, this is it. If you don't get some of those things, what gonna happen to Uno? What is it my people want? Because fear and I have no interest in Uno. Fear, I tell myself, Uno go on, leave me alone. And Uno don't want to leave fear. Fear, I say, watch out, we're gonna go on some poison. I want to still attach to fear. Will not leave fear alone. Because the commerce is too sweet. It's too gratifying. It's like an orgasm, that intercourse with that commerce. You can never let it go. It's addictive. So when I say a man, free man, a divine man such as I, then yeah, never seem different. Yeah, my narrative, my language, my grammar are gonna seem different. Yeah, my attitude shall be different. Yes, you will even say, yeah man, a madman, that him insane, him crazy. Yes, because I am not you guys. I'm not captivated with commerce like most of you guys. And I'm not afraid to speak the truth like some of you guys. And I'm not afraid to stand in front of this thing like some of you guys. So we are not the same. And we say salute to you and whatever gains you guys claim. But we say we are the divine being of this earth. And there's a lot of other divine beings are here on earth with us. You get me? So as we move forward, you know, all of us as divine beings are going to just express ourselves divinely, beautifully, harmoniously. And we're going to make the evil people who choose to live evilly. We leave them to themselves. You get me? And make them go on to their own destruction accordingly. It's simple as that. It's either you're good or you're not good. It's either you're free or you're not free. Yeah, man. It's either you're a divine being or you're not. Of carbon or of plasma. You get me? Authentic or artificial. You have to choose. Truth or lie. You have to choose. Fact or fiction. You have to choose. It's a free will choice. It's a free will choice. Yeah, man. It's a free will choice, man. Higher vibration of love for self and others. No harm to self. Naturally giving no harm to others. Lawful. Salute, sis. A them kind of energy there. But my people not really, I hear about it yet. So as we all learn and I grow and I share, I know the strong people them where they around our thing, I got just naturally adapt to these principles. We just move on a much higher level. And for the people them who can't live up to it, then we not go dash on the way. We just stay on a level where we take on a time build. That's it. But the brave may fall, but never yield. And we say bold and brave, firm and strong. We are not afraid. You understand? Yeah, man. We not emit no fear. We not care what no one do to it. We have absolutely no fear and we not care. It's simple as that. Simple as that. Anyway, gratitude. Gratitude. That one you feel good. That one you feel good. Salute, people.